Pilar Sanders' cold response when Shilo asked about making up with Deion Sanders has fans calling her bitter. The never-ending saga between Deion Sanders and his ex-wife, Pilar Sanders, continues to find new ways to resurface. This time through a light-hearted question from their son, Shilo Sanders, that turned unexpectedly cold. What began as a harmless family joke quickly reminded fans of the deep-seated tension that has long defined one of sports entertainment's most famous fractured families. For more than a decade, the relationship between Coach Prime and Pilar has been one marked by emotional battles, public scrutiny, and unresolved pain. The two were once seen as one of sports' most glamorous couples. Deion, the Hall of Fame cornerback and charismatic college football coach, and Pilar, the stunning model and actress, seemed to have it all: fame, fortune, and 3 beautiful children, Shilo, Shadur, and Shalomi. But after their bitter divorce in 2013, the family dynamic would never be the same. A question that opened old wounds. In mid-October, a YouTube video posted by Shilo and Shadur Sanders reignited old emotions. The brothers, both beloved figures among fans of their father's Colorado Buffaloes football program, were recording a casual vlog when the conversation took an unexpected turn. Shilo, who had recently been cut by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after going undrafted, was attending the Cleveland Browns game in Pittsburgh. His brother, Shadur, is now with the Browns as a backup quarterback, and their mother, Pilar, was by their side for the outing. The playful atmosphere quickly shifted when Shilo, known for his sense of humor, decided to tease his mom. As the trio discussed Shadur's limited playing time, Shilo threw out a hypothetical scenario that instantly caught Pilar off guard. "Alright, so what if Coach Stefanski said that if you and Dad sit next to each other for the whole game, then Shadur can start?" He joked, laughing as his brother and mother looked at him in disbelief. Without missing a beat, Pilar fired back with a frosty response. "Honey, you'll never get in." Her tone was laced with humor but carried a sting that didn't go unnoticed. Even Shadur, caught in the middle, chuckled awkwardly and said, "Oh my gosh, now we got to ask Dad." That moment, though brief, was enough to send social media into a frenzy. Under a TikTok clip of the video, fans couldn't help but dissect Pilar's answer, interpreting it as more than just a joke. She would, but had to give that response because she knows Prime wouldn't, one commenter wrote. Another added, "Come on, she did Deion wrong, so he wouldn't definitely sit with her. She got nerves." A third chimed in, "Coach Prime wouldn't dare. She tried to ruin that man's life." Others simply laughed it off, with one fan writing, "LMAO please, they hate each other that bad." The clip reignited a long-running debate. Has too much time passed for Deion and Pilar to ever reconcile, even in peace for the sake of their children? Or is their animosity too deeply ingrained to ever heal? A decade of division, the Sanders family's story reads like a Hollywood drama, filled with love, betrayal, lawsuits, and public spectacle. Deion and Pilar married in 1999 and quickly became one of America's most recognizable sports couples. Together, they appeared on reality shows, charity events, and magazine covers, presenting the image of a perfect family living the dream life in their lavish Texas mansion. But behind the cameras, cracks were forming. By 2011, Deion filed for divorce, citing that the marriage had become insupportable because of discord or conflict. What followed was one of the most public and contentious divorces in sports history. Both accused the other of infidelity, manipulation, and emotional harm. The court documents painted a picture of two people locked in a battle not only for custody of their children but for control of the narrative. In the years that followed, the accusations only grew uglier. Pilar alleged that Deion had been abusive, both mentally and physically, and claimed that he had multiple extramarital affairs. Deion, on the other hand, accused Pilar of being more interested in fame and fortune than family, claiming she was attempting to damage his reputation for financial gain. The situation escalated to such a degree that in 2013, a judge granted Deion sole custody and conservatorship of their sons, Shilo and Shedeur, while Pilar shared custody of their daughter, Shalomi. Adding to the turmoil, Pilar sued Deion and his daughter from a previous marriage, Deandra, for $200 million, alleging defamation over a social media post that she said portrayed her as a gold digger. The lawsuit, like many others between them, would eventually be dismissed, but the damage to their public image was lasting. Their once golden reputation had turned into a cautionary tale about the price of fame and fractured love. The viral walk-away moment. Earlier this year, the world got another glimpse into their uneasy relationship. During a senior day ceremony celebrating Shedeur and Shilo's college achievements at Colorado, both parents were invited to share the moment on the field. Fans watched closely as the family came together and immediately noticed something was off. As Shedeur led his mother toward the field, Deion, walking behind them, suddenly turned around and walked the other way. The clip went viral almost instantly. On the Pac-Man Jones show, former NFL player Adam Pac-Man Jones couldn't resist teasing his longtime friend. "The way you ran away from the middle of that field when you seen the other person," he said, laughing. Deion, always quick with a quip, simply replied, "Shut up," before explaining himself. "I'ma tell you what I tell my team all the time, and I'll tell you viewers. God blessed me to have understanding and wisdom. The biggest blessing I have is the ability to walk away. It's not the ability to stand up and fight, but the ability to walk away." He added that he wasn't thinking about Pilar at that moment, just about preparing his team for the game ahead. "All right, you, Pilar, coming out here? Let me go get my team ready," Deion said. "That's what I was thinking. Let me go get my team and give my pregame speech. I'm out." Still, for many fans, it was clear that the sight of his ex-wife brought back uncomfortable memories. When love turns to litigation, the years following their divorce saw an endless string of courtroom drama. In 2012, Pilar was arrested after a confrontation at their Texas home involving one of her friends. Deion claimed 2 of their sons witnessed the fight. Both were charged with misdemeanor assault, though the details were murky. Pilar later accused Deion of domestic abuse, claiming he had once laid hands on her in front of reality show producers while filming Primetime Love. Deion denied the allegations, and eventually, the courts sided with him. By 2015, Deion sued Pilar for defamation of character, claiming that her repeated public attacks and social media statements had damaged his reputation. The court agreed, awarding him $2.2 million in damages, a symbolic victory for Coach Prime, though one that likely did little to heal the personal wounds left behind. Through it all, the biggest victims were arguably their children. Shilo, Shedeur, and Shalomi found themselves caught in the crossfire between 2 powerful personalities. Despite the turmoil, both parents have remained actively involved in their kids' lives. Deion as their coach, mentor, and role model, and Pilar as their protective mother who frequently expresses her love for them online. Fans weigh in. Can there ever be peace? The recent viral moment reignited the internet's fascination with the Sanders family dynamic. Some fans sympathized with Pilar, arguing that her response to Shilo's playful question was rooted in years of hurt and misunderstanding. Others sided with Deion, believing that his calm, measured demeanor proved he had truly moved on. Still, the overarching sentiment was one of sadness, that 2 people who once built a beautiful family together have become symbols of estrangement. "She's still bitter," one fan commented bluntly. Another replied, "They're both stubborn, maybe too proud to ever just sit down for their kids." For many, the interaction served as a reminder that even the most public families face private battles no amount of fame can heal. A family still in the spotlight. Despite the drama, the Sanders name continues to dominate headlines. Deion Sanders' transformation of the Colorado Buffaloes into a nationally watched program has kept him in the spotlight. while his son's ventures into professional football ensure that the family legacy continues to evolve. Shilo, though currently without a team, remains an internet favorite for his charisma and humor. Shedeur, meanwhile, has his sights set on carving out a successful NFL career under the guidance of his father. Pilar, for her part, continues to live her life largely outside the football world, but she never strays far from public curiosity. Her beauty, resilience, and outspoken nature continue to draw attention, especially whenever her name is linked to Deion's. The last word. As the years pass, the wounds between Deion and Pilar may soften, but moments like Shilo's prank reveal that the pain of the past still lingers beneath the laughter. Perhaps time will eventually bring closure, or perhaps some relationships are simply meant to remain apart. Either way, their shared legacy, through their children, through their fame, and through their story, continues to fascinate fans. And as long as the Sanders family keeps making headlines, one thing remains certain. In the public eye, love and rivalry often go hand in hand, and for Deion and Pilar Sanders, that complicated dance shows no signs of ending anytime soon.